of Builder of the Month on Build RSA. With your host, my name is Linda Mahaye. Today we have a special guest, Linda Mahaye, an inspiring author and financial literacy advocate who is changing the way children learn about money. With over a decade of experience in banking, Linda transitioned from the corporate world to the creative realm of writing, bringing us two incredible children's books, Sikona's Magical Adventure and Siba Super Saving Adventure. She's here to share her journey, the challenges she's tackling in financial education, and why she believes that teaching kids about money is more important now than ever. Linda, we are thrilled to have you to the show.
Thank you very much, Madumbi.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself and your journey from banking to writing?
All right. So my journey began over 10 years ago when I joined the bank's contact center. So I was introduced to banking and banking products. That's when I learned about financial concepts. I also learned during that time how important it was to learn about money, which has led me to writing these books today, years later.
So what inspired you to write a children's book focused on financial literacy precisely?
I chose a children's book because I think it's essential for us to teach kids as early as possible. So, and I think that when we learn things from a very young age, we tend to grow up with those habits and take them to our adult years, which is always a good thing if it's a good habit.
That's true. I think as a mother, I can attest to that. Mm-hmm. So what are some financial challenges children in Africa face, and how do your stories address these issues?
Thank you for that question, Mandombi. As we know that in this continent, most countries are still third world countries, which means that we're still dealing with things like inequality, poverty, and lack of access to resources, including financial education. So I cannot speak for the entire continent, but I know for a fact that in South Africa, there's still a lot that needs to be done, especially when it comes to financial literacy. I read a study that about 6% of adults in South Africa can retire comfortably, which is not a great thing at all. So I think that if we start teaching kids from as early as possible, we can prevent such things from happening in the future. So I think my books will help in doing that.
I like that you said that. So when we were talking previously, you mentioned that you do have your daughter. So do you have these conversations with your daughter, since you believe that we must start at the grassroots level? So do you guys get to have these conversations?
We do, and I can tell you it's not easy at all. So you can imagine trying to teach a child how to save, how to differentiate from their wants and their needs, because they feel like everything that they want, they feel like it's a need to them. So it's not easy, but it has to be done. As parents, we need to talk about these things. It is essential.
That's very true. So I see that you have this book for us today. So I understand that she must have been an inspiration behind this, because this would have drawn probably my daughter's attention or any young person. So would you say she's the one that inspired this illustration?
She did. To the illustrator, I sent her a picture of her when she was 3. Okay. So that's what they used as an idea to create this cover page and the entire character inside.
That must be nice. So moving on, what problem in financial education are you most passionate about solving through your work?
I'm mostly passionate about talking about savings. So we can learn about a lot of things when it comes to financial education, but specifically, I think we need to teach a lot about savings. After teaching about needs and wants, then straight after that, we can go to savings. And as a parent, I know it's not easy to teach that. When the book was published, and I told my daughter that the book has been published, immediately she wanted to get royalties because I used her as an inspiration. Yes. So that I was happy when she did that, because I could see that the conversations that we have in the house, they actually registering in her. So she saw it as an opportunity to get extra cash since I used her as an inspiration. So yeah.
I like that. I have a 5-year-old son. Mm-hmm. So how can I introduce saving to him, since you touched on the subject of saving? And to a 5-year-old, I can't begin to imagine where do I start, because he's used to receiving and spending.
All right, the other book talks about saving. So what Siba is doing, Siba is the main character in the Siba's Super Saving
Okay,
Adventure.
Siva is the second book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she is saving, but she's doing it with her friends. So she's not the only one doing it. It's her friends that they live in the same area. They're saving for specific goals. The other one likes coins. The other one is saving for, I think, a drawing. So, but they're all saving for a specific goal. So maybe if you can find out what he likes currently, because I know it changes a lot. They like different things at different times.
True.
So if you can find out what your child likes and then maybe link the saving to that specific goal. Whatever they like, link the saving to that. Let's say we're saving for specific. If he likes cars, say we're saving for a specific toy car. Yeah, if he likes maybe basketball, we're saving for exactly.
No.
So whatever he likes, make it the goal. Then they would save towards that.
I think I'm going to use that advice. So do I start with the money box, maybe?
Yeah, you can. You can. I think you can do whatever works for you. For me, in my house, I don't give my daughter cash because I don't want her to think of money as like a paper or physical thing that you can touch, because I want her to see money as a system.
Okay,
Something that works for us. You use it to get things that you want. So it doesn't have to be physical money. Sometimes you exchange services in the house. When she works or she reads a book and then I pay her for that. Like, I don't want her to think money is paper. I want her to believe that money is a system.
Okay,
So I don't give her actual cash. So, but you can do whatever you think will work for your child. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. So what are some more advices you would like to give to parents on introducing financial concepts to their children?
I'll tell them to buy my books. Can they please buy my books and then give them to their kids to read, and then they can start the conversation. They can use them as conversation starters. So buy the book, give it to your child, they will read it, and then you ask them what they read. They can tell the story back to you.
Okay, I think that would be fun for my son, so to speak. So what are your top 2 financial concepts that you would advise parents to focus on?
Maybe for starters, you can just talk about the differences between needs and wants. And I know it's not just a money conversation, it's also lessons that they can apply in other situations in life. So the differentiation between needs and wants. Yeah, and then from there, we can then move on to savings maybe as the second one.
Okay, I never really thought about that because I struggle so much with my son. He almost cannot differentiate between the wants and the needs. So I think that's where my starting point will be.
Yeah, he's still
Thank you
young
so much.
because you said he's 5.
He's 5 now.
Even us as adults, you would think I can sometimes take my last money and buy chocolate. I know it's not a need, it's just a want. I want that at that specific time, but it's not really a need.
Okay, thank you. So what's next on your journey as an author and advocate for financial education?
I'll continue promoting these books. Hopefully, if I can maybe visit schools and do like a reading, I think I'd love to do that. I'm also writing another book for teenagers where I'm talking about money and money concepts, introducing things like, it has 9 chapters. So I'm talking about money, budget, tax, inflation, like different money conversations. I'm telling it's stories, it's things that happened to me. For example, when I first started working, and I'm telling them what I did with that first paycheck. I did not save it. So it's stories like that, but it's real stories, it's things that happened to me and how those concepts were introduced to me.
Okay, so I understand that these 2 books currently are fiction, and the one that you're currently writing is real life stories, precisely your stories. So are the financial concepts perhaps different or an upper level compared to the ones that you're using currently?
Yeah, it is because these 2 are for 5 to 8-year-olds.
Okay.
And then the other book is for preteens and teenagers. I don't know if they will understand all the concepts because I'm even talking about tax, but I'm hoping it will spark a conversation within the household, and then kids can talk about it with their parents.
Thank you so much, Linda, for sharing your inspiring journey and invaluable insights with us today. Your dedication to empowering the next generation through financial education is truly remarkable, and we can't wait to see what you do next. For our viewers, be sure to check out Linda's book and follow her on Instagram for more updates on her incredible work. Let's continue to build a financially savvy future for our children, one story at a time. Until next time, keep building South Africa and the world with us here on Build RSA. My name is Mantombi Mohoya.